Mm-hmm.
Hello and welcome to the ISRK Podcast. I'm your host, Vikrant. I'm a doctoral candidate at the Department of Civil and Environmental Engineering, Hanyang University, Seoul, Korea. ISRK, that is Indian Students and Researchers in Korea, is a voluntary support group that works towards the benefit of the Indian diaspora in Korea. So on today's episode, I have the pleasure to be in conversation with Dr. Dimitrios Giannakoudakis. I hope I got the pronunciation right. So Dr. Dimitrios is an assistant professor at the Institute of Physical Chemistry, Poland. For the benefit of our viewers, I would like to let them know that Dr. Dimitrios and I have been collaborating on several papers now, and we often exchange ideas and conduct research together sometimes. So, Dr. Dimitrios, thank you very much for joining us on our podcast today. It's a pleasure to have you here.
It's my pleasure, Kumar. And let's start by saying how our communication started by
Oh, yes.
ResearchGate, right?
Sure, yeah, by ResearchGate. Actually, I have been a follower of your research work and also Professor Teresa Bandos. So I used to follow you guys on ResearchGate. And I distinctly remember that I had recommended one of your papers on CWA, chemical warfare agents. And then you had texted me on ResearchGate itself that, oh, our research areas are mutual. So would you like to collaborate on a work? I think that work is still pending, right? The,
Yes, we have the nanotubes, the tiny nanotubes.
uh, that one, or
With
it
Gen-
was the dye review. I don't remember exactly.
So more will come, Kumar, because I have to say you are fast and the collaboration is fruitful and I feel safe.
Yeah.
I have to say this, that
Mm-hmm.
because in general, what I saw in my life is that humanity becomes stronger and stronger. So we have to start going backwards and we start to give positive energy. So we have to start saying each other the good stuff, not
Yeah,
only in our relationship.
that's right. Yeah. Yeah, I completely
So I have
agree.
to say that you are ultra productive.
Well, uh, thanks for your kind comment. Anyway, I try to work fast and smart. So, well, anyways, Uh, so let's begin our conversation by, so you have been involved in research in Poland, in the US, also you have collaborations around the globe, right? And you have been working in Greece before coming to the US. So how does the research temperament vary between these labs? And I know it may be too broad a topic to pinpoint specifically, but can you touch upon what has your experience been like working in different labs? And yeah.
So indeed, I have worked in different countries, and
Mhm.
my PhD in US was let's say the second one that I started, because when I was in Greece, I did my two masters and started PhD,
Oh yeah.
and due to some personal issues and due to the salaries at this time, at least for PhD, was not good, I quit chemistry at
Mhm.
all. So I did writer, producer, graphic designer, different stuff, bits bar I own. So, and I said for 5 years, that's it, no chemistry for me. I went to the army also because in Greece is mandatory 1 year.
Uh-huh.
And then I decided to try to go to the US. I got a very good offer,
Mhm.
scholarship, and I said, why not?
Yeah.
So I went. So I have experienced Greece,
Mhm.
Poland, a lot
Mhm.
of Poland, and USA. This is the three countries that I worked a lot. I
Yeah.
have to say it's three totally different cultures
Oh.
from all points of view.
Mm.
So for in USA, I hope you will find soon, there is this 24/7.
Okay.
Especially if you go in lower level
Uh-huh.
things like postdoc or PhD. So you have
Yeah.
to prove that you are the best between the best.
Mm.
So it's not easy.
Yeah,
But
of
from the
course.
point of view, it's very productive in USA.
Mm.
So everything up to the point.
Mm.
In Poland now, it's a little bit different from the point of view of how they approach everything. So they have more strict schedule. So
I
you will
see.
see many people 4 p.m. That's it on their
Mm.
way, or 4:30, whatever their schedule.
Uh-huh.
This was very impressive for me. In Greece, sometimes you can see them at 3 to leave, but okay.
Mm.
In Greece, many people work a lot,
Yeah.
many work not a lot also. So it's this balance.
Okay.
So
Well,
from the point of view of research, of course, you can understand US, it's very advantageous
mhm.
because you have many weapons on your hand, many instruments,
Yeah.
good collaboration, you
Yeah.
can speak. in Greece is better than Poland from the point of view that the people discussed more each other. So we are going for coffees, and okay, if you go for coffee, you speak also for a research. So it's better for communicating. In Poland, this is a little bit the problem, especially if you are a foreigner.
I see. So in Poland, so most of the things are in Polish, or I think Warsaw is pretty international, so it must be in English as well, right?
Yes, in Warsaw, there is no problem at all to be fluent without knowing Polish. I have many Greek friends that they are married here and they don't speak Polish at all.
No, I see.
So in research, only some paperwork are in Polish. So you have to ask help.
Administrative works and other stuff.
Yes. But from other than that, nothing.
I see. So I was I wanted to know, why did you choose research as your career path? Because so as you told earlier, like you were a teacher and also a master's you had completed in Greece, right? So what made you decide to pursue PhD and to get into research? Can you shed some light on that?
So I wanted always to be involved with research because I was thinking something that I like and something that was easy for me. So I tried to play piano. No, I failed. I tried to paint. No, I failed. Even if I can say I'm an artist. I love arts, and so I have arts always in my mind, but it was a failure. And I love maths a lot. So always was on science field by this. And I loved chemistry a lot when I entered the department. And then I started my PhD in Greece. But as I told you, I have to stop because no good money.
I see.
But then I had always in my mind, even if I stopped my PhD after 6 months, I had always in mind that I want to continue this, but only if I can survive also. So I have this offer, and it was a great challenge, to be honest.
Yeah. Also, you need more resources and proper guidance, and of course, like you say, financial situation should be such that you can live properly, right?
Yes, you have to at least not to have your mind how to survive every day.
Yeah, that's right.
In your kitchen, you have to think how you will survive in your lab. It's better. But I love chemistry because it's something that you do for yourself. So because also for 2 years in a bank, I realized that okay, it's not my field to work for others to make money, for others that they have money. It was a little bit weird, and I didn't gain anything. So I thought I felt stuck somehow, and I want to learn things. And so when this started, it was like a stone on the hill. It started, and then I think it will not stop soon.
You got into the groove, and you have been into the groove so far. So yes. Once it began, once you get the passion, it's like you keep going. So.
Yes, and Teresa Bandos knows how to keep your passion high and to push you to your limit. So it was a great challenge. So I like this.
So what made you decide to come to the US, and particularly why choose CUNY, like Central University in New York, and why choose Professor Bandos's lab? I know that Professor Bandos is like a world-renowned scientist in her research area, particularly carbon and associated. Is particularly her work on H2S has been pioneering, right? And I have been closely following her work from 2000 up till now. So I understand that it's a world-class laboratory, but what made you decide initially to come to New York, and what does New York mean to you? How is the experience to live in New York? And I actually read about Central University in New York, and I found that there have been 13 Nobel laureates from that university. So that's pretty astonishing. So I know I put lots of questions to you, but can you briefly discuss one by one?
So I have to say, when I went to New York, I didn't like to speak English. When I was in high school, I stopped English. I preferred to speak German because I thought English was not my language. So
anyway, so how many languages do you speak, by the way?
Greek, German, and English. And I started with high school French, but no.
Yes, French.
So
I once lived with I once lived with a French guy in an apartment here in Seoul. So I learned opita, like oh shit. That's it. And bonjour, of course. Yeah.
And I can learn some Greek words if you want.
Yes, some other time. So let's discuss the New York aspect right now.
So everything started from Bandos. I have the chance to spoke with her once, and she told me, why you are not trying to come to US? At the first time I was laughing, to be honest, because I didn't have this high priority. And
so you already had a conversation with Professor Teresa before coming to New York?
Yes, yes. Outside science mostly, because she came in our university, I found her, blah, 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 whatever. And then I applied. I didn't believe it, that I never had in this mind that I can reach US for a PhD. For many reasons, due to the language, due to it was far away, due to the money.
Yeah.
Okay, so when I applied, it saved me the GRE, because when I applied, I had 0 papers. I was quick chemist. But I did very well to GRE, I think 168 out of 170, and they contacted me. And I remember that when they sent me the paper with everything, they sent me congratulations. This is the amount. I saw the amount. Oh my God. Okay, but you have to improve your linguistic GRE. And for me, it was impossible. First of all, because I was working 2 work, so I didn't have time. And I knew I cannot handle. And the funny part is that, so I studied not much, to be honest. I thought if it's to go there, I will go there. End of story. So I went, I gave the exam, and I improved myself only 3 points. Almost nothing. I sent the scores, okay, maybe that ended here. And I told others today, okay, blah, 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 let's continue the process. And after 2 years, I found some professor from the community, and I asked him, why you sent me this letter? You killed me for 2 months. Just to see that you will go to take the exams. Didn't care.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I tell you, I'm not laughing inside of me right now, but okay.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, that's your experience. So how was it living in New York, and how expensive can it be? So your general experience living in New York.
So in New York, it is expensive in US and New York in particular. So if you are a PhD, your salary is between 25 and 28K, as far as it is. If you are a postdoc, it's 75 to 50. In some special occasions, it's going up.
Yeah.
So if you want to live with somebody, of course, to sell a room, not Manhattan downtown, but close, let's say, to the Manhattan, you need at least 1,000 for a room.
I see. Yeah.
For a pretty good room, 2 or 3 person. But New York has something that's amazing. Even if you go with $50 in your pocket or $50,000 in your pocket, you can do a lot of things, and you have fun. The options are unlimited. So it depends your company, and depends what your pocket can support. That's why I like a lot of New York. So for example, I spent great nights with beers in some bars. It's not expensive.
Yeah.
I know that I went once in a club, and when I saw the price list for the whiskeys and champagnes, I saw one champagne $150,000. So when I saw it, no, it's a mistake. No, I asked, no, it's not a mistake. Okay, drink 4.
Yeah. So it's basically all levels of things are available. So it's up to you what kind of places you visit or how you live your life. Yeah.
And the people are open, so you can speak freely. It's not like, okay, you are there, okay. No, it's open. You can speak with everybody.
Also, it's pretty metropolitan, right? So you have all sorts of people living there. So.
Yes, one night I met the ambassador of Ivory Coast in a bar.
Wow.
Sitting there, talking, and end up to discuss and have connection on from Sudden. And she told me, I just want to go alone for a drink because I was too pressed. Okay, so you say, okay. That cannot happen everywhere.
Yeah, that's right. It also depends on the atmosphere and culture. Yeah, so would you like to give our listeners some tips on how to secure research funds, scholarships, and things like that? Would you be open to share some tips with our viewers?
In US, predominantly, or in Poland? What? In which? Because it's a little bit different.
If you have time, you can maybe share both.
Okay, in US, it's a little bit different. Most of the professors are securing the money.
I see.
For the research. So you are working for them directly. I think it's like that in Korea, like that.
Yeah, same.
Right?
Exactly the same.
And now in Europe it's the same. So the professor has a project, so everything are pre-adjusted from this point of view. In New York, you can secure some scholarships. That's the good part, especially to go for the seminars. They were supporting this before COVID a lot. So, for example, in my institute, they were giving 20 scholarships per year. So there are ways, but you have to learn how to promote yourself. This is important in the US, not only to work a lot, to show that your research makes sense.
Yeah, it makes an impact, or it's sensible to invest in your research work, and how basically you present yourself perhaps is the key.
Yes, and for example, because I applied for many things now later in the last 2 years, in Europe, or especially in Greece, and I don't like this to be honest, but this is what it is, they say, okay, how many papers you have. In USA, they say, you know what, we don't care how many papers you have, give me the 3-5 relevant to what you are applying. And now they start also to Europe to be the predominant. Okay, they will see how many papers you have, makes sense because it's your work. You have to judge somehow, but most important is, okay, you are proposing something, you have to show that you are relevant with this.
Yeah, the relevant expertise,
Yes, like Marie Curie, for example, they want to show you that you're touching this research field and you want to go higher. You cannot say, I will start something from 0 point. That's why to trust you. So this is also how it is in the US. That's why you can have some collaborators. That's why everyone is good to speak on ResearchGate in our early stage career at least, to open the mind, to do some review paper, but with other people, in order to expand your knowledge, the way that you see others.
I see. Yeah, so thanks for sharing your experience so far. Aside from the research topics, I wanted to ask you how important is music in your daily life, because I know that you are a big music guy, particularly classical music, I presume. And so how important is music in your daily life, and how important is it for people to have hobbies and interests beyond their immediate work?
To be honest, this was what I didn't like during my PhD, and I realized after I finished the last year, I catch myself that I quit almost all my hobbies because I was totally focused on this. So
only experimentation, papers, and research.
Papers, writing, focus, how to present our blah blah blah. But for me, it's everything because that's why I like research. So to be honest, when I go in the morning to the lab, I don't want to see like I'm going to my job. It's not my job. That's why I choose it, because money-wise, I have much better options to go to industry or to other things. But what I love is the freedom of my spiritual freedom. I go at 8, 9, I don't care. 3-4 hours, I will go around, speak with people, see what the students are doing. Without pressure, I cannot focus. In order for me to focus, it should be 10, 11 p.m. to put music and start for 11 p.m. to 4 a.m. because the telephone is not ringing. You don't know what to do.
Also, no emails are popping up. So,
now, because I collaborate with you in US and I'm in Europe, I have all the rest.
All the time. Yes.
So I become 24 again. But okay, at least I don't have my family or my friends from Greece predominantly to call and something's happened, blah, blah, blah. So, but I cannot write, for example, an article without music. I cannot live without music personally. Even if I want to work, I will put music, no matter what. It gives me inspiration. It's like locks one part of my mind in order the other part work on to be focused.
I see. So how many instruments do you play, or do you play any instrument as such?
No. I don't play any instrument.
I see.
I start to learn piano. I reached to a level to play with one hand something, and when the second hand tried to do that, it was a nightmare. So I said, okay, it's not for me. My brother, he's 2 years younger. He started almost with me, and he was growing faster on this point of view. So I said, okay, let him play. I will download MP3s and organize my music.
So anyways, I also want to thank you for recommending me some of the best classical music pieces. I must say that I'm really enjoying particularly listening to string instruments, like the cello and the violin. More than piano, I'm enjoying the string instruments more. So, anyways, yeah, just
And combination is very nice.
yeah. I think the cello's sound is particularly very sturdy, and I don't know, it makes me move. So yeah,
So you like to cellos, for instance, it's
yeah, cellos.
very popular now. They are amazing.
They're amazing.
But Sarah Brightman, you know that.
Hmm. Yeah. So so yeah, actually, it's the same for me because what I like about doing research as compared to some other traditional jobs is that the work hours are too very flexible for me as well. So once you reach a certain level, I think it opens up lots of time for you to pursue other interests and work as you please. So that's what I particularly enjoying about doing research. Yeah. So
This freedom.
yeah, it's freedom. And also we love doing research and we are passionate about it. So it doesn't feel at all like we are doing some kind of work. So,
But maybe this can turn like boomerang to you, because if you are too passionate and motivated, you bring all your thoughts at home. And if you have a relationship, maybe you will realize it's not freedom at the end, because
yeah.
you go, oh, let's do this. Oh, let's reply to a mail. Let's blah, blah. Oh, so at the end, I'm working 16 hours per day. But okay, I can say one day, you know what, today, nothing.
Yeah. Balancing is the key. Yeah. So you need to know what's important to you and like place them in hierarchical order. Yeah. And change as per your schedule every day. It's not like fixed, I will work this much and then give this much time there. So yeah, it always keeps on changing.
Yes, and another thing that I love is that you can open the globe and you can search people for and discuss with people and share ideas through over the world. So this is, for me, it was something, when I realized it was very nice.
Yeah.
Okay, no limits.
No limits, yeah. So anyways, I wanted to know, how did you end up coming to Poland after your PhD in the US? And I know that you did your postdoc and then joined as an assistant professor. So can you walk us through your journey briefly?
So it was by mistake, believe not mistake, but
serendipity.
I went, yeah, after my PhD in the US, I did a postdoc in the US, but personal problems in my life, that I have some personal issues, I returned to Greece to stay for a while. After 5.5 years, I want to see what's happening, to fix some issues, blah, blah, blah. And I told myself, if I started a postdoc in Greece, and meanwhile I was searching to go back to US.
Okay.
But I had scholarship to go for a cost action to go for 2 months in Poland. And to be honest, I took a specific money. It was specific money, I remember, it was 4,500 euros.
Okay.
So I wanted to go to UK, the professor that I was speaking. But my mentor in Greece told me, you know what, this money is nothing to UK for 2 months.
I see.
Right? You have maybe to think another place that the life is cheaper. You know, not to go and spend money. And he told me, I have Juan Carlos Colmenares that we are collaborating. You want to try? And I asked him, he's okay. Yes, he's very open. Okay, I will go, no problem. So I went there. I loved Warsaw. I love the city. It's everything very well organized. It's very clean. The people are very open. I feel safe. So it is very weird, this to not speak the language and to feel safe. Every day. Even everything is automatic. They grow very fast. I think they have the highest growth rate in Europe. So then he told me, I will have an opening for a project. Are you interested? And I said, okay, why not? When I talked about Professor, he told me, what, Poland? She never mentioned me Poland, even if she's Polish, because she was thinking about Greece or USA. And I ended up, then they offered me to be a professor during COVID.
Yeah, and then things worked out once you reached there. Yeah.
But now I'm going back to Greece again. So
I see.
For some, because we have a project about the sulfurization of fuel, deep desulfurization. So I'm going to involve there, and then we will see what will happen.
So will you be working with Dr. Ioannis back in Greece?
With which one?
Ioannis, Dr. Ioannis. How do you pronounce his name? Ionis?
Ionis, no.
No? How do you pronounce that?
No.
His name?
My professor is Triantafylidis.
No. Dr. Professor Ionis. Anastapoulos?
Ioannis.
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 Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because his name starts with I-O, so I don't know the Greek name.
Oh my God. You see, it's
Quite
Ioannis.
funny, right?
Giannis.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And believe me, I met Giannis also through ResearchGate.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And you know how much we are collaborating with Giannis. And we are speaking a lot. And he was doing something different from my research.
Yeah, he's in aquaspace, right? So.
Yes, aquaphase, environmental remediation, and he cares more about the result. I care more about the materials and the physicochemical properties. So it was a nice match. And we meet through research. He asked me something, I asked him something back, and then...
That's the beauty of the research field, because, you can communicate with people from different backgrounds, and you come across a mutual point, and then you can collaborate, and then you develop your connection. So, yeah, that's beautiful.
Yes. This is not only for research. This is what I like in US. I forgot to mention this, is that, for example, I think Greece is a small country, and many countries have, let's say, the history that we learn in high school are a little bit manipulated, let me say this word, okay, in order to promote its nation. So when I went in US, I could not believe that I can be very close friend with a Muslim. Because in our history, you know what, Turks, we were fighting for years. You think, okay, those are enemies. But you realize they are not. Come on, they are politics.
That's politics is,
Yeah, my best friend was from Pakistan, from Iran. I have people that I can give them my house keys when I was going to mistake them, do whatever you want. Okay, so, and discussions, all of this. So from China, I think that my mind opened. That's why I think it's the biggest gift that I did to myself to go abroad, and especially in New York.
It's very important to broaden your horizons and talk with people from different backgrounds. And once you do that, your mind will not be so much narrow after that.
No, don't. I told you, I didn't believe that I can do this.
Yeah.
It was like something that,
Okay, so we are inching towards our 30-minute mark. So anyways, I would like to talk about how important is mentorship in general in life, and how does a good supervisor bring the best from you, and and how important is it to have a good supervisor, particularly during your PhD, as compared to the university ranking? Because often I see people discussing university ranking versus the supervisor. So what is your take on that?
So I think mentorship is the most important thing.
Yeah, I also.
So when I went to US and my goal was to go to Professor Pantos, they have this rotation. So you have to go to 3 labs, do 3 small projects.
That's
professors, in order to see yourself where you're much better. If you don't know anybody, to learn people. And I have another honor to collaborate with Professor Drain, Charles Drain from 100 universities, not with us, unfortunately. Now 2 years, but he was. We call him Daddy all the time, all the lab. He was a totally open guy. Always his door was open for questions. He was not trying to push you. He told me, you know what? I will never come in the lab to see what are you doing. I will never give you a deadline. That's how this is on you. So if you want somebody to push you, this is not your lab. If you want to come, I will take you. Okay, but you have to decide. But already I want to go to Bandos for many reasons. But I remember that I was thinking that if I was choosing him, it would be totally different. Because, for example, I'm a person that, okay, if you leave me, I could be lazy. And especially being in New York and be around, I spend much time working and do things.
I can understand.
The pressure, I like it. You can understand, yes. The hard deadlines. For example, I sent my first draft 2 days before Christmas, and I was in Greece, and I said, oof, now After 2 weeks, I will think about games. Next day, full of comments. The paper, but what?
Yeah, your comments lined up on the right side of your document from top to bottom,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Yes.
And they may also comment, why this? Happy Christmas. Okay,
Oh,
Merry
yeah.
Christmas, okay.
Yes.
And I was working 24th of December, but because I like it. I could
Yeah.
say no, I will work after.
Mhm.
This motivated me. So this fast track and smart comments on the point was.
And we,
So
from my experience, I think that we also build the respect for the supervisor by seeing their work ethic and seeing their experience. I think that's very important.
yes, it's very important. And that now I mentorship some students, PhD students, not alone, of course, with other person, but I'm in contact every day with them. I have to say I'm trying not to be the same person with everybody. So I'm trying to adjust myself depending what they like, how they are. So with other person you can make some fun because I like to make jokes and fun all the time. Sometimes some people that doesn't like this. They want to be more professional.
Everybody has different temperaments, so you have to like modify yourself.
So I think when you are mentorship, one way is to be who you are and that's it, the story. So only what is matching with you and continue with this. I prefer because I love teaching. So I was teaching since I was 18. I love to a little bit, let's say, to my way to be it depends on the emotional feeling of the student also. And I see this is working. And
that's
every
very
day
important.
is not the same.
Yeah.
Also, not every day the same for us. So I say sometimes I love myself when I see in the mirror. Sometimes I hate myself in the mirror. The mirror is the same. Myself is the same. So what happened during the same day?
That's right.
Nothing is fixed, but the mentor is very, very important. You have to find someone that can motivate you, that you have equal respect. You can find a good equilibrium, and it's more important than a high-rank university. Because I have chances in US, I had a friend that he took 7 years to finish his PhD with one paper. It was bio-world, okay, we know it's not so fast like materials, but still, they didn't have a match.
Yeah.
Because the man was in the first stage and he wants to travel to build his career. So he didn't pay time on.
Yeah, because the student is at a different place in his career and the supervisor is at a different place in their career. So there needs to be a synergy between the two so that both can prosper. Well, at least that's the goal. Yeah.
So in US, the only thing that they tell us in the first dates that they gather all the PhDs and they do an introduction, find a mentor that first of all has money to support your PhD, of course, because US is a lot of based on money. And second, that you want to see him at least once a week.
Oh yes, that's a whole another different story.
Once a week, not every day, once a week.
Yeah, that should be the minimum, at least. Yeah, that's right. Anyway, so it was a pleasure to talk with you, Doctor. And do you have any final words for our audience?
In general, just to try to bring yourself to a better level to produce positive energy, and always to try to do what you like.
Yes.
And for me, freedom is very important, spiritually above all. And of course, I don't want to talk about other kind of freedom. I think it's 2021 now. We don't have to discuss this, unfortunately. We have now COVID to play with our freedom.
Yes, it's been a difficult year for everybody, I think. Yeah.
Yes, and I'm trying. I'm tired of the discussion. What happened about COVID? And I should say, you know what? Even if I'm a scientist, I'm speaking to scientists. I don't know.
We don't know.
And I will not tell anybody what I believe. Okay, I will do what I want. Okay, I fascination. Even I can see easily that I can wait. Let's see the other people do what. No, I said okay. It's like a war. Now for me, I have to fight. No matter what I can do, just be, let's say, an animal in this big research. Okay, I don't care.
So anyway,
and I used to say that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Many countries, but they are free. The people in the front lines knew that they are going to die. And sacrifice themselves. It's up to you to choose what you want to be.
That's right. So anyway, did you get vaccinated?
Yes, I did.
You got both shots?
Yes, both shots. Yes, the AstraZeneca.
Okay.
In Europe, this is a bad one.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for my shot. It's supposed to be in September or something. Anyway,
we will do the third dose also. So I'm sure that in December I will do the third dose of Pfizer. So I'm pretty sure about this.
well, yeah,
I will be the first that will book my appointment.
yeah. So anyway, it was a pleasure to talk with you, Doctor, and thank you for being so open with your discussion and sharing your insights. So it was really a pleasure, and I hope we can be in conversation and maybe have such discussion later on in some other episode.
Yes, whatever you want, or in Seoul. I'm hoping to visit you soon.
Let's see what happens, yeah, depending upon the
Yeah.
global situation, yeah. Anyway, it was a
Perfect.
pleasure, Doc. Yeah, thanks for your time.
My pleasure also. For the rest, we'll talk in person.
Yeah, okay. Okay. See you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.